Good evening everyone and welcome to the Invictus Racing League, the Performance League. I am one of two commentators for tonight, Malk. With me is Tim, but unfortunately Tim will be running a little bit late in the comps box, so he'll join me a little bit later on in, hopefully, near the end of the qualifying. So good evening to everyone that's joined the session. And we're at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix here. This will be the full qualifying scenario here. So let's see how everyone can try and balance out here. We'll get through some of the standings, shall we say, of the Performance League. So last week's race at the Chinese Grand Prix, that was one hell of a race of the reverse grid from the results of round 3, which was the Zandvoort track. And now this will be the full qualifying for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. So three lots of Q1, Q2 and Q3. If you're not familiar with the full qualifying scenario of the F1, there will be 18 minutes in the first qualifying. The second qualifying will be 15 minutes and the third qualifying will be 12 minutes. This is based on the realistic performance of the cars. So also be very good to see how they can try and capitalise on it as well. So the Chinese Grand Prix last week, Moreno, who had a great race, he won the race, which has brought himself ahead of, which was Cliffy, who was in form of the like I say, in the Drivers' Championship with 70. Well, Moreno's got the points of 79 points, and Cliffy's got 71 points as well. So it'd be good to see if Cliffy can try and bounce back here, but I believe, let's just have a quick glance at the cars here as well, because it looks like Cliffy will be back on the Williams, but we'll get that confirmed in a minute. Yes, it is. So Cliffy is back in the Williams. Scope, who's in third place, is in the Haas car as well. So Moreno, wherever he is, Moreno is in, I believe, in the Alpha Tauri car. How you pronounce it, Alpha Tauri car. So it'll be good to see how the guys can try and capitalise on it as well. So for the Q1 scenario, the top 15 drivers, unless your car gets crashed, the top 15 drivers will be battling out to get into Q2. And then after Q2, if you get into the top 10 with the tyre that you qualified on, those are the tyres you will start in if you're in the top 10. So there'll be a lot of pressure, and then obviously Q3 is like the proper shootout as well. And Rimac, who's just coming out here on the Williams car here in the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix track. It'll be good to see how he can try and push on here as well. And a bit of a recap here. So Rimac, let me have a look at his standings here as well. But I believe he is one of the new drivers. I believe. He is. He's one of the new drivers who joins the Performance League. Unless I'm mistaken, guys. I'll try and get through the tables here. You alright, Finn? How you doing? I am alone in the comms box for now until Tim gets back. He's just running a little bit late, so he will join me hopefully by Q3, all being well. If not, it will be at the start of the race. So it'll be good to see how Rimac can do. And with Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, obviously in the real life F1 scenarios, this is like the finale race, and it's like from day to night track here, and it's glorious scenery as well. It'll be good to see how the drivers can try with the long DRS straights as well, especially with the cars like the Williams who try and push on here as well. And let's have a quick glance through from Rimac's point of view here. So he's coming up to the first corner now. This is the part we have to brake at the 100, just after the 100-metre mark here, and then down the straight here as well. Coming up to, this is the part where you could lose your back end of the car here if you don't lose out here. And this is a part where crucial, because some drivers that I've seen in the past lose their car, and that was the end of the first sector. And a quick left-right-hander here, and then into the hairpin here for the massive I could say straight line speed here as well. And we had yellow flags on sector 3. I think they'll just try and build the cars to get themselves a bit of a gap so they can try and do a proper lap in here. Again, 100-metre marker here from the first DRS straight, and then we come up to the second one here, as long as they do not lose any momentum here as well, and then come up to the second DRS straight, the grandstands as well, and absolutely beautiful view here as well. Come up to the end of the second sector, so he's done a 58.1. This is the part where it could be crucial here, because you can easily get penalties galore here through the chicane part. And this is the part, the third sector, is the most trickiest one of them all, because you need to try and get that momentum going. Brake now. You brake now and then turn into on the right hand side here. And then through the I feel like it's like the overhead section here, like the bridge section, so to say. And this part here as well, to try and see through here, and come to the last few corners as well. And like I said, the times that we've seen are really good times, but the time to beat is a 136.3 from Rimac. The reason why I set the times from in previous times, because I've seen people hitting the 34s. I've seen people hitting the 34s at that point in time, so let's see how Mike can do here. Volcano's Prime did a 136.2. So it's just being Rimac by a tenth there. So let's see how Mike can do here on the Red Bull car. Let's see if he can got some proper wings to push on there. A 136.3. Colin EY2141 did a 137.6. So that is not good there from Colin there. So you have to try and push on here. Nightshades is doing his lap in here at the moment. Let's have a quick glance at Niels Barca here. Scott has done a 136.5, but on the medium tyre, so that's still a good time, to be fair, on the Haas car as well. So that's still an impressive time. Now, compared to Niels Barca, and also from Sab did a 135.8. The Hailstone did a 136.1, so that's a cracker of a time there. And RJ Spence did a 135.8 as well, but by 100th of a second. That's a cracker of a time there. So if Aaron, J Spence and Sab could produce the goods in all the three qualifyings, that will be a nice appetizer, shall we say, of the upcoming race here, shall we say. So let's see how Barca can do it. He might get a 35 here. He does! Oh! A 135 flat there from Niels Barca. That's a cracker. That is an absolute cracker of a lap there. Let's have a quick glance at some of the drivers who have not mentioned there. Nigelgas did a 136.5. Nigelgas did a 145.8, so he'll have to push on here. Let's see how Cryptox can do. He's coming to the third sector now. He's on the medium tyres here. I'm sure he hit the 58s there. So let's see how Cryptox can do. The flying German, should we say, in the F4 League as well. And like I said, some of the drivers with the ability of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, you need to have a really good balance. I've not heard anything from the weather crew or anything like that at all. So at the moment, as far as I could tell, it's going to be a dry race, unless I've been told otherwise. But Cryptox did a 137.5 on the medium tyres here. Let's have a quick glance at O'Stephen now. So O'Stephen he's on the medium tyres here to do his proper lapping here. 11 minutes left there. Dry all weekend. So correct from Finesso, from the weather crew there. We're going to have a dry race as well as the dry qualifiers. That'll be good for everyone here. 58.1. That was the same time that I saw from Rymac's time. So could O'Stephen match what Rimac did on the softs? I reckon he'll try and push on to try and mash onto Sab there. Nightshades did a 35.1. That's the time that we expect from Nightshades there. Good evening to Invictus there. This is good evening everyone. Who are you predicting for pole position? It's going to be tough because at the moment here, Barca has just pulled off one hell of a lap there. So I think he's definitely safe for now. O'Stephen did a 136.5. He was, I did say it could have been matching to what Rimac did, but he must have lost out a few tenths in the third sector there. Or possibility in the first, we'll have to wait and see. But let's see how Scopefielder can do. Scopefielder is in the Haas car there as well. So he's in third place in the Drivers' Championship. But it'd be good to see if you could try and stop the ongoing of Cliffy and Moreno, who are both already out to do their outlaps here. So I'd like to see what the times are going to do here. If you're predicting the time here now, obviously from the time that Niels Barca has done compared to Colin EY2141 as well, I reckon, I think a 136.1. I think. Oh, I reckon 136.1 is the cut-off point. That's, you probably think that's a bit too much, but I think it could be the way forward. But it just depends on how all the other drivers can try and match it here. A 135.7 from Scopefield, so he's pushing on to try and get into that Q2 there. So that's my prediction. But then again, I could be wrong. But let's see, where's Cliffy? Where's Cliffy? Cliffy's doing his lap in here now. So let's have a look at Moreno's time here. Let's see what time he can do here. He's done a 17.1 on the softs, so 17.1. From what I've been told, obviously the F1 League had a 132s. You've heard me correctly, a 132s. And obviously, from all the other leagues, we've got like the 33s, 34s, is the times that you would expect if it was equal performance. But in here, anything can go by during the full qualifying scenarios here. If you just joined, ladies and gentlemen, good evening to you all. I hope you enjoy the Invictus Racing League, the Performance League here tonight with myself, Malk. Obviously, Tim will join me later on, hopefully during the end of the qualifying or at the start of the race, all being well. But let's see how Moreno can try and do it as well. He's coming up to the chicane part there now, into the third sector now. So the Drivers' Championship leader by 8 points. By 8 points here. Let's see how Moreno can do here through the third sector. The trickiest one of them all, because every time when I was driving through there in F4 yesterday, I was struggling to try and get a momentum going through the third sector. But if you can master it, you will do it absolutely perfectly around here. And so he's coming up to the final corner now here. Could be a 35-7. 35-7 there. I did say 136.1 could be the calling point there. So let's have a quick glance at Cliffy. He's invalidated his lap. And that went on to the following lap there. So he'll have to go back and do another lap in here as well. Let's see how Matty could do. Matty would have had a 137.2. But let's have a look at how Matty can do here. So Matty. So at the moment in the Drivers' Championship standings here, he's in 12th place with 35 points. Obviously, I would say about 44 points between himself and the Drivers' Championship leader of Moreno. So if you can try and get into, slowly build himself with confidence into the top 5 or get some points. Obviously, in the Performance League, if you finish the race, you'll guarantee points. You'll guarantee points as long as you finish the race. If you have a DNF or DSQ or did not start, obviously, you will not get any points. That's the only way you get no points at all. But in here, obviously the fastest lap rules are still the same. If you're in the top 10, you'll get that fastest lap in the top 10 scenario here. Roy Boy did a 135.2. Nitrocast did a 135.4. So the times are coming in now. So the times are slowly coming in, which is good to see here. We've got 3 drivers left here. Matty, Vienna and Cliffy as well. So come up to Matty, try and push that McLaren car here as well. And try and do everything possible in the soft cars. And that's the part you could easily hit the wall as well. Underneath the bridge section as well. So that's the part you have to worry about as well. But here he goes. Let's see how Matty can do. He might get a 35. Yeah, he does. A 35.7. That's a cracker of a time as well. That is a really good time there from him. So let's have a look at Vienna. So Vienna, who did no time. I always look at the drivers who have got no times at all, because I want to see if they can try and shoot themselves up. I did say 136.1 is the cut-off point, but I'm having a little bit of doubts here, because majority of the drivers, about over half of them are into the 35s, and that is really impressive, especially on the softs as well. obviously the danger zone here is Cliffy, Vienna, Colin in Y2141 and Cryptox. Obviously even danger, never heard of that before. Even in danger is O'Steven with 136.5. Also with Ryan Mack as well with a 136.3, with Prime with 136.2 as well. But let's see how Vienna can do it. He's coming to the third sector now. Coming to the last few corners now. You have to try and push that car to the limit here on the Alfa Romeo car as well. Let's come up to the last corner now here. Let's need to get a good exit here. Might get a 35s here. A 35-2. I think he, like I said, I reckon up to 11th, possibly 12th. Yeah, 11th. I'm going to say is definitely safe. I think. Anyway, that's just my opinion. But obviously with Sab and Rymack at like 5/10 difference, that could be different. And O'Steven did a 135.7. That's a cracker of a time from him there as well. Let's have a quick glance at Prime again. Well, Prime's 3/10 quicker, so he could get into the 35.9s here. So let's see what he can try to do. I'm just pausing because I was just on the edge of my seat. Oh, let's go! The back end just went there, but he still managed to survive. He still managed to survive with a 135.4. A 135.4. Look at those times. I tell you what, the allocation in qualifying scenario, that is impressive. From first to 14th, it's a second. First to 14th is a massive second. That is really impressive. That is really, really impressive there from the allocations as well. So let's see how Colin's had a invalidated lap there. Let's see how Cryptox can do. So at the moment here, Rymack, Colin, Cryptox and Cliffy, they all... Oh no, Cryptox has gone wide there in the first sector. So you have to push on now. He would have had 4/10 better off. He would have gone to the 37.1s. Vienna has retired. So he's saying that he's happy with a 35.2. I definitely think so anyway. So there's no guarantee. I know I said from first to Sab. Sab saying of 35.8 would be safe enough, but it is 3/10. About 5/10 between himself and Rymack. So obviously with Cliffy doing his lap in here, and he's going to have to pull off the lap of it. Oh no! Cliffy's gone a little bit wide there. Nigel Gash has retired, so 35.4 from him as well. So let's see what's going to happen here as well. So Cliffy will have to try and build up his lap here. Let's have a look at the hailstone now. So let's see what he can try and do. We're a yellow flag on sector 3. That might be from the racing point of a Roy Boy as well. So he's definitely safe. So I think he's just trying to build up some more momentum here to try and see what time he would have had on there. But Aaron J. Spence, 1992, 7th, is retired. Same with Matty. He's retired there as well. Colin is out. Of the qualifying here. Niels Barca is retired, so he's definitely safe. So at the moment here, Colin is the first person out of Q1 with Rymack, Cryptox and Cliffy all on the danger zone. Cliffy's done a 146.5. Obviously he made that massive mistake there at second sector there. Let's see what Hailstone can do. 35.8, but that might not be enough. But it all depends on how Rymack can do here. Rymack can try and push that Williams car to the limit here. This will be on the edge of our seats here. This is... Oh, he's locked up there. Will Rymack can push on here? We're coming up to the second DRS straight there now. Needs to try and get a really, really good straight line speed here. Oh, Steven retired, so he's definitely confirmed that he's happy with that time there. I would think so. At the moment here, crossing my fingers here. Rymack's through the chicane part here, second here. Try and balance here with Mike, who's in 15th. Oh no, Rymack's invalidated his lap. Rymack has invalidated his lap. He is out. He is out of the qualifying. So time has started. Oh! Was that Cryptox? It was Cryptox. I don't think Rymac saw Cryptox. So I don't know if Cryptox could be out here as well. And Mike moves up to 6 after that. So the Hailstone is still holding on, 35.8. What can Cryptox do? He needs to try and find a good time here. He does not make it. He does not make it. 136.3. Where's Cliffy? Cliffy's coming up to the final corner now. He needs to try and pull out the life. Oh, brilliant! Brilliant lap there from Cliffy. Just at the nick of time there. I did say between Barca and Sab, Sab will be absolutely delighted, because I was speaking to him before tonight's race. He was saying that he wasn't confident of getting through into Q2. But I tell you what, it was without doubt one hell of a lap there from Cliffy, and Sab will be absolutely delighted to get into Q2 as well. And same with old Stephen, who struggled to get into the Q2s as well. But your drivers who are out of Q1 are the Hailstone, Cryptox, Rymac and Colin EY2141 as well. Colin says, I hate this track, doesn't help. I am awful at this track. I'm hoping you'll bounce back, hopefully with the safety cars or something like that could make something of a difference here as well. Stephen says, yes, Q2 finally. So he's absolutely delighted. But can Stephen and Sab push on now to try and aim for Q3, which they have never done this season? That will be the main talking points here as well. That will be the main talking point. But Cliffy was definitely out of Q1, but he just managed it on that perfect lap there. Absolute brilliant stuff there. Here are your qualifying Q1 classification for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. For the Invictus Racing League, the Performance League, you got Barca in first, Roy Boy in second, Vienna in third, Prime is in fourth, Nigel Gash is in fifth, Mike is in sixth, Night Shades is in seventh, Aaron J. Spence is in eighth, Cliffy in ninth, Scope in 10th, Matty in 11th, Scott in 12th, Moreno in 13th, O'Stephen 14th, Sab 15th, as I said before, Hailstone, Cryptox, Rymac and Colin are all out of Q1. And I said I predicted about 136.1. I only missed out by 0.3, so that was pretty much damn good, close battling out of the time there. Good evening to Carter. I'm sorry I didn't see your comment there. It says I think Cryptox may have lost time to that lap. He may have done. I don't know if that was the cause that he lost out on when Rymac was trying to get out of the way for Cryptox to get through as well. So, Finn says I'm struggling so hard in that Alpha Tauri car. We have to keep on going, Finn. You're definitely going through there. While the guys are slowly coming in for the build-up of Q2, Invictus Racing League is live exclusive on the YouTube channel here. So make sure you like and subscribe to the channel here, and also like the video as well if you're enjoying it so far. Tim will be joining me hopefully at the end of Q3 or at the start of the race here. All being well, he's just running a little bit late there as well. So hopefully he'll try and be here as well. But like I said, we do have all the other social media sites as well. We got Facebook, Twitter and Instagram as well. So make sure you like, follow and subscribe to all those social media sites there as well. Not only we do the Performance League, guys, on the Thursday nights, we also got the F1 League on the PS4 for Monday nights at 8 PM with Gareth and Sab. Obviously F2 with Harry and Scott as well. And also for F3 is Rymac and Jakob, and for F4 is Jake as well. So, and also they've got the Xbox Invictus Racing League. Have got the XBOX League on the Sundays and Tuesdays on the Twitch channel as well, and the Invictus Racing League's channel as well. So it'll be good to see on there as well. And I'm just trying to see who's the first driver out there, and it is Barca. So Niels Barca will be the one here. So this is Q2 here, guys. If you're not sure how Q2 works, just a reminder I said earlier on, if you're in the top 10 and you qualify in the top 10, the tyres that you produce that best lap there will be the tyres that you start on. So if you get a mediums, which I believe Barca's trying his hardest to do, to get into the top 10, and he does qualify in the top 10, he will start on the mediums. So it's crucial to get that sweet lap, especially if you're on that slower tyre as well. A 17.1 from Niels Barser, who looks like he is on top form here for a good race here. He's lost a bit at the back end there, so hopefully that doesn't compromise too much there. But he's going down the straight here as well. Crypto says, let's go Moreno, hashtag Team Deutschland. So let's see if Moreno... let's see if Cryptox can try and see what Moreno can do. And he's also on the medium tyres as well, so it'll be interesting to see if he can try and get into the top 10 as well. So the times that I saw was a 35.8. Now, if some of the drivers are going to go for it on the medium tyres, which I think some people would gamble on the softs, to be fair, but it all depends on how they can capitalise on it as well. And then coming up to the chicane part here now for Barca, that is still intact here. He's very lucky because if he'd gone a little bit wide, oh no, he's lost the back end. He lost it through the third sector, so he'll have to try and build it up again, or he might have to go back in for another lap here. So one of the Red Bulls, let's see if, is it Mike? That might be... No, that might be Nitrogash. Let's have a quick glance at You picked the wrong person there. Nitrogash is coming up to the third sector here now. And he's on the medium tyres here, so let's see what time he would do there as well. It's a shame for Barca because he would have had a great time there on the mediums by the looks of things anyway. But let's see what Nitrogash can do. He's done a 35.9, nearly said 36. So the time to beat is a 1:35.966. Nightshade has done a 37.2. Where's Mike? Mike's done a 36.3 on the softs. Carmen says unlucky Cryptox, close one there. Absolutely. And Aaron J. Spencer did a 35.4 on the softs. That is a good time, to be fair, but you can do this race is definitely a two-stop. This race is definitely a two-stop race. Unless you can do it with a medium hards, if some people are starting the mediums, but you can do medium softs or medium soft, depending on how the tyre wear and the lifespan of the tyres that you save on, to see how they can try and do it as well. Scott has done a 35.8. That's a cracker of a time there as well. Volcano's Prime did a 36 flat there. Oh, Stephen did a 36.2. Matty did a 37 flat there. Night Chase did a 37.2. Let's have a look at Moreno here. So Moreno's in the third sector here now. He needs to try and do something here. If he can try and get into the top 10, this will be a magnificent time here. But I think he might struggle. No, actually, he won't be struggling because he's done a 36.6. It looked like he struggled the last few corners, but the way it looked, so he's just saying, well, you've got that wrong. Absolutely wrong there, Malk. Absolutely wrong. And I'll tell you what, I'm trying to hold on here to try and get into the top 10 here. So obviously with the times that I saw in the softs, from 1:35 flat there to 1:35.8, that is going to be tough to pick on this scenario. So with Q2, the bottom 5, unless you get a DNF or at any point in time here, Crypto says True could have ended very badly there. So let's have a look at Cliffy now. Cliffy is on the medium tyres here. Just to recap on the Q2. So Q2, if you're in the top 10, that's where you have to qualify. If you're in the bottom 5, unless you get a DNF, you will be out of Q2 and have to hold on to get for the fresh, extra tyre to go for the to decide what to do from 11th to 15th there as well. That's the Mercedes just having a bit of warm up the tyres there as well. So it'll be good to see with 8 minutes 30 left here. So looking at the last time of Matty's to the first time, oh my God, Cliffy has lost the back end there. So he'll have to do another lap here just to try and let some of the drivers through, which I'm guessing they are now. Just watching Vienna just joining there, 57.4. So I think, as a guesstimate, I reckon he'll try and just beat Matty's time of 1:36.9. That is a guesstimate, shall we say. I'm going to say 36.9 from Vienna as well, who impressed me last week with the battles galore between himself and Scott at the Chinese Grand Prix last week as well. So I'll be hoping to see. So let's see what happens here. Coming up to Vienna's lost a bit at the back end there. Will he try and get a good time here? He does. I told you he did a good time. 135.5. You heard that right. 135.5 on the medium tire there. And Schofield, who's done a crack of a time there. 135.347. Fantastic time there from Scope. The third place driver in the Drivers' Championship standings here. Yeah, flag set as 1 and 2 at the moment here. Looks like one of the Haas cars is slowing down. That might be Scope. Yeah, Scope's just trying to save that tyre as much as possible. Barca really attacking those corners there as well, and he's trying everything he can. He's lost the back end of that car. That might lose a few tenths there. That might lose at least 2 to 3 tenths. But will he try and push? Will he try and push here now? He might get a 36.5 there from Niels Barca. So that's still in the limiter here. He's the driver in the danger zone at the moment here. Where's Sab is? Sab's coming up to the third sector in the soft tyres there as well. And just behind him, with a few corners behind, that might be Cliffy. So it'd be good to see how Cliffy can try and get into the top 10 here. He'd be under a lot of pressure, but pressure's not going on him at the moment, because he can do it on the last lap. And Sab did a 35 flat there on the softs. One up there from Sab. That is guaranteed. I will say this again. That is guaranteed. I would say guaranteed Q3 for Sab. He deserves it. He deserves to get into Q3 because he's had some really bad luck, not only from this league as well, but also from the F4 League as well. And it'll be a massive boost for him. So I'm really pleased for him to get into the top half there. The top 2 as well. So that's a cracker of a time. Vienna saying he's happy with a 135.5 already with 5 minutes left. Is that too early to ask? With 8 tenths different, well, a second difference between Barca and Vienna, I don't think so. I think he'll be all right. I think he'll be all right on the night here at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix as well. So with 5 minutes left, 5 minutes left of qualifying here. Can anyone try and stop Sab's time there with 135 flat there? That is impressive stuff there as well. But just waiting to see how Royboy can do it on the medium tyres at 57.5. That could be well as well, because he's got the Racing Point car, which could be the best straight line speed here as well. And it'll be immense stuff here from Royboy here. He's coming up to the final few corners now. He's trying to get a good exit there. He's trying to really attack those corners there. As long as you don't hit the wall there. Ooh, he nearly hit the wall at that point there. But Royboy's keeping it cool and calm. And coming up to the last few corners now. Could have a good time here. He does, a 35.4. A 35.4. So, let's have a quick glance at Cliffy there. Oh, Cliffy's in the pits. So Royboy is the only one that's out there. So Moreno, O'Stephen and Prime are the only ones who are out on track in the outlap scenario, but Moreno will do his lap in here. He's in the danger zone at the moment here with Mike, Barca, Matty and also Cliffy. Looking at those times between Sab and Matty, so 1.7 of the gap. You would think a 35.8 would do it. I would be a bit worried for Scott because, like I said, the times from Scott's point of view, 135.8, would say definitely. Moreno's invalidated his lap. Moreno has invalidated his lap there, so he'll be absolutely livid with that. So he'll have to go. He will not have enough time to get back into the pits and do another lap. He'll have to go for it now. He'll have to go on the softs and possibly lose a bit more lap. It was a lifespan of those tyre wear for another lap. But let's see how Prime can do. He's in the soft tyres, so he's not happy. Doesn't look like he's happy with those medium tyres times there with a 136 flat there. It's going to be tough. I think 1355 could definitely do it. But I think it's between 135.5 and 135.8 is the cut-off point. That will be the most one that will be the one to watch out for as well. What do you think, guys? Who do you think is going to get pole position in Q3, or possibility who's going to be in the top? Who's going to be in the top 10, or better still, who would be in the bottom 5 in Q2 here with 2 minutes 10 left here? So Pryor's coming to the final bit now. He's lost a bit of his back end, and that could lose a few tenths there. But that could damage the mid-tenths here, but could be not. I don't think so. 135.1. Scope is happy with 135.3. Sab's happy with a 135 flat there as well, and Pryor did 135.1. So that is still impressive stuff there. Where's Cliffy? Cliffy is doing his lap in here now, so this could be the most crucial lap that he has ever done at Invictus Racing League. And he's on the soft tyres as well, so like I said, Stephen did a 35.7. That's pushed Scott Bung down, same with Nigel Gash down, a 35.9 on Nigel Gash for the medium tyres, but they're going to have to try and go for it now. This is the crucial point now. 1 minute 10 left here on the Q2. Who's going to be at the edge of the seats here? Who's going to try and survive this manic Q2 scenario? I don't know who to pick at the moment here. We need Barca, Moreno, Matty, Cliffy and Mike to push on. And is that Cliffy gone wide? Looks like Cliffy's gone wide, unless I'm mistaken. So that may compromise his lap. But obviously he will have enough time to do one more lap. Like I said, if he can try and do one more lap, that'll be a fantastic achievement. Roy Boy has retired, so 35.4 on the medium tyres. That is impressive. Same with Vienna. So those two will need to be watched out for on the medium tyres here. And let's see how Cliffy can do. So he did a 35.5, but let's see what time he would have try and do here. So let's see where Matty can do. Moreno moves up to third with a 135.3, so he's definitely safe for now. So the Q2 has stopped now. The Q2 is now stopped, but with drivers still on the track remaining here. Nightshades, Nigel Gash is in the danger zone at the moment here with a 135.9, but what can Matty do? He does have 135.6. A 135.6. Where's Scott? Scott's coming up to the second sector here. And Aaron J. Spencer hits the 34s for the first time tonight. 134.9, a 134.9 there. Niels Barca did a 135.1. That's a cracker of a time there from Barca. Scott Butler is 3/10 better off. He might do the 35.5s. The times are kicking in now. Nightshades did a 35.4. I did say it's between 35.5 and 35.8. I am not wrong here. Could Vienna's retirement really earlier on cost him the top 10 finish? At the moment here, Stephen is out. Scott Buckner could have the chance of knocking Matty down in the danger zone. He'll be out of Q2 unless Scott Buckner does it. He does. He moves up to 5th. He moves up to 5th. Cliffy's out. No, Cliffy is out of the Q2. Same with Mike, Stephen, Matty, and Vienna. Vienna misses out. I did not expect a 35.5 from the way it was 5 minutes ago to be a danger zone. I did say between 35.5 and 35.8 would have been the way forward. But looking at that now, 35.4 is the way forward. And Roy Boy, who shot himself up into possibly top 4, top 5 at the time, was the very lucky boy there to hold on into top 10. So he'll be the first driver to watch out for in the medium tyres here. So the absolutely manic Q2. We're just waiting for Mike to retire, and then we'll kick off Q2's points there, scenarios there. But this is what I love about the fall qualifying, because the drivers that you would expect to hit in the short qualifying scenario doesn't always going to work out in the full qualifying. So with Aaron J. Spence and Sab, I said those two will be the ones to watch if they keep their qualifying performances up. So, Stephen, gutted to miss out in Q2. Oh, sorry, gutted to miss Q3. And he's obviously, this is his first time to hit Q2 this season. So hopefully he'll try and aim to hit Q3 in not 2 weeks, but 3 weeks time as well. But well done to Sab, who's qualifying in Q3 as well. So fair play to him. But it'll be interesting to see what... obviously everyone will gamble on the softs, but it all depends on what time they can try and do at this track. So here are your Q2 classification for the Invictus Racing League, the Performance League at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Aaron Spencer's in first, Sab is in second, Prime is in third, Niels Barca in fourth, Scott in fifth, Moreno sixth, Scope in seventh, Nigel Gash in eighth, Nightshades in ninth, Roy Boys in 10th, Vienna, Matty, O'Stephen, Mike and Cliffy. They've all had, unfortunately, could not make into Q3 as well. Sean says, well done Scotty, good driving there. Connor says, Vienna retired way too early. Yeah, I don't know if you heard me, thought that 355 would have been safe. But that is just... I did not expect to be him going. I did say it was between 35.5 and 35.8 would be the talking point of going out of the elimination timer of Q2 to hold on into Q3. Steven says, "Oh Vienna do, oh Vienna do." Steven says the grid is so close. It is absolutely close, and that's what I love about it as well. It'll be very, very good to see how hopefully they'll try and push on here. Now, with the times that I saw in Q1 was so close. It was like between first and 14th. It was like a second. That was mad. That was really, really mad. So that's why I'm very, very pleased with the allocations in the qualifying as well. I wonder if it's going to be the same in the race itself. That'll be very different. That'll be very, very different. But if you're watching it, guys, what do you think the qualifying time would be? Do you think, obviously Aaron J. Spence could be one of the favourites to get pole position. Same with Sab as well, who's having some great form in the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix qualifying in the first Q1 and Q2. But with Barca on the trail here as well, it's very, very tough. But for me, I would expect the 34s tonight. For me, I would expect the 34s. So Steve said a 34.8 is the pole time. That's what his prediction would be. Bye. So let's see how Barca can do on his qualifying lap here for Q3. So let's see how Barca can do here as well. If you joined, ladies and gentlemen, good evening to you all. If you just joined, where the hell have you been? You've missed out 2 cracking qualifying sessions there. And we're on the final qualifying now. It's a shootout to find out who will get pole position and who will get the bestest positions here as well. If Roy Boyd can get into the top 3, that would be really impressive, because he will be starting on the medium tyres out of that top 10, whilst the rest of the guys are on the softs. If you're wondering where Tim is, Tim will be joining us a little bit later. Hopefully he'll join me at the end of the qualifying Q3, or hopefully at the start of the race here, all being well. Steve says, tonight Matthew, I'm going to be George Russell of qualifying. Thank you for that, Stephen. Let's see how Barca can do here as well. Let's come up to the second sector now. So if you can hit the 57s, that'll be massive. 57.5. He needs to try and be quicker. He needs to try and be quicker. And he's invalidated his lap. He's invalidated his lap. He did not want to do that at all. That might be Nigel Gash in the third sector there now. Yeah, he is. He's just a little bit behind Niels Barca. So, but yeah, interesting stuff here. The Moreno, who's the Drivers' Championship leader, is still in Q3. The Drivers' second place, Drivers' Championship second place at the moment here. Cliffy is out of in Q2 and won't be continuing on as well. So pressure will be on. Well, Scope's in Q3 as well. So impressive stuff there. 35.4 from Nitrogash. So that's the time to beat there. 35.4. But I do expect the 34s to hit. And as I said that, Roy Boy's done a 34.6. A 34.6 cracker of a time there. This is what I was expecting. We needed to hit the 34s. People are pushing on now. Yellow flag set to 3. That is the Haas car. 4K is probably a 35.5. A 35.5. That is Scopefielder, I believe. Yeah, it was Scopefielder. So Aaron J. Spencer can try and push on here. If you like what you see so far, guys, please make sure you like subscribe to the Invictus Racing League channel for all the live races here, guys, as well on the YouTube channel every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and tonight on Thursdays as well. Moreno, Drivers' Championship leader, 35.4. Where is Aaron J. Spence? 35.7. That is not good. That is not good. He did a 34.9 in Q2. Where has he lost 8 tenths? Where's Schofield? I think Schofield have made a massive mistake into the chicane part there. Sean saying it'll be early 34s. So we could hit the like early 34s. Yeah, probably about a 34.4. So Stephen thought he would have had a 34.8, but Roy Boy's completely damaged the limitations there as well. That is. So let's see how Schofield can try and push on here now. Needs to try and get a good sector here. He was struggling in that Williams car last week. He did really well in the wet. Don't get me wrong, he did very, very well in the wet. But when it went to dries, the performance of the Williams car was just massively went from immense driving in the wets to drifting back through the domino effect, should we say. So 57.4 from Scope. So we could see him hitting the 35.4s. Same with Nitrogash and Moreno. If he could try and beat Moreno in Q3, it'll be a massive boost to him. Massive, massive boost as well. But with Scope Builder coming up to the end of the last few corners here. Tell us about your thoughts of Abu Dhabi, guys, if you're watching the stream. What's your thoughts of your track? Do you like the track? What's your best moments there or worst moments there at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix in real life, or maybe not? 35 flat there from Schofield, and that completely definitely unexpected, shall we say, of the time there. I couldn't say the words there. 35 flat there from Schofielder, so fair play to him. So let's have a quick glance at Nightshade. So Nightshade is on the DRS straight now for the second one here. If he could try and hit the 57s, that'll be a good time. If he doesn't, 57.5. A 57.5 there from Nightshade's there. Let's see what he could try to do through the third sector here. So Nightshades, who was trying to push on here as much as possible. So Barca, Sab and Scott are the only ones left who have got no times at all here, except for Nightshades, who's just doing his lapping at the moment. Obviously Sab's just coming out for his out lap now. Mike says not lots of tyre sets, they could double it. They should double it, sorry. They should double it. We'll have to wait and see what Nightshades can do. A 35.1. A 135.1. But Roy Boy, who really is on top form here, to do a fantastic lap there in a 34.6 as well. So let's have a quick look at Sab here. So Sab, who was struggling out of Q1 he was saying earlier that he could not even get past Q1 tonight. But he's overestimated his predictions here, because he definitely done really well to get into Q3. But I'm very, very surprised with Aaron J. Spencer's time there, because he was the first driver this session to hit the, well, not in this Q3 session, but in Q2, did the 34.9. Mike says expect a very, very tough race from P14. But still, Mike, we have to wait and see what situation, what tyre wear you would go for as well. You could do, and could there be a safety car as well, which we have seen many, many times there at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. People lose out, and I will go through from Sab's point of view again, because I could show you the crucial points here. Obviously, we're at turn 1 here now. So perfectly fine here. This is the part where you have to lift the car, because your back end could lose out massively, and if you do not do what I say, you will hit that wall on the right hand side there before the 100 metre marker. And that's where we have seen a few times where people have tried to go for it but lose out massively because of the back end of the car. Mike says, hate the safety car even if I could profit from it. I know, mate, I know, but we have to wait and see. But here we're coming up to the DRS straight here now, so this is the crucial point here of so many overtakes from here. Obviously it's damage limitations if you make the overtake here, because the opponent who's right next to you could do the switcheroo back in front in this second DRS as well. So it's crucial as well, absolutely crucial. Scott and Boss are out, same with Moreno doing their laps here as well. But this is the end of the second sector into the third. This is the chicane part here. This is the part where you can easily get penalties galore here. But you have to try and keep the car as best as you can. You have to brake now at this point here, which Sab's doing absolutely brilliant here. As well, we come up to the bridge part section here now, and on the right hand side there, he nearly hit the wall there, so you have to be absolutely careful there as well. We come up to the last two corners here now. You could easily lose the wall into there as well, so that's massive as well. But 34.9 from Sab. A 34.9 from Sab, that's the time to beat there as well. Let's have a look at Scott, because we haven't seen him much during the qualifyings here. I think he was under a lot of, I was speaking to him earlier, and I think he was a bit, not under a lot of pressure, but he was just trying to do well. He was trying to do everything he can, try and do well here at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Try and get into Q3 would be a massive boost, and I'm sure he'll be absolutely delighted to get into Q3. With the pace of the Haas car as well. Mike says great lap from Sab. Absolutely, great lap from Sab. I don't know why Roy Boy's going out again, because he definitely, I think whatever happens, if he gets into the top 3, that'll be a massive boost for him, no matter what happens here. But let's see how Scott can try and do it. He's coming to the DRS straight now. So in the first DRS straight, he's trying to push on here. In the second sector here, brake at the 100 metre mark here. Try and push on here. Try and get a good exit here. And knock off that barrier there. Not too much there, because otherwise you get a penalty there. So if you could try and hit the 57s, which could do it here, 57.3. So he was 2/10 better off than Scope's time, I believe. So could we see Boss has done a 34.7. He's missed out by, oh my god, he missed out by, like I said, by 1/100th of a second. 100th of a second. Or 1300th of a second, shall we say. Let's see how Scott can do it. He's coming up to underneath the bridge section here. Now he's trying to push on here. Oh, he's about to make his lap. He's about to make his lap. He will not do his lap. He will not get a good lap. But I would like to see what time he would have done. Would he have gone for it? I think he would have done a 35 flat there, but Sab is out. Sab's retired from the session here. Qualifying has stopped. Qualifying is now stopped here. Where's Scope now? Scope's coming up to the DRS straight now. He's purple. He's a purple sector here. But with Volcano's Prime and Aaron J. Spence, or maybe Roy Boy there. I have to look at where Roy Boy is. Roy Boy is coming up to... Oh no, it was Aaron J. Spence here. Where's Aaron J. Spence? Let's have a quick glance here. Try and get the... come up to the last corner here now. Will he try and get a good time? 34.7. 34.7. Prime! Prime! You beauty! What a lap there from Prime there. Let's come up to Roy Boy now. Will he try and do it now? Oh, brilliant move. Brilliant Corvoy lap there. Where's Scope? Scopes is gone off track there. Where's Nitrogas? Nitrogas! Oh, he moves up to 6. Where's Nightshades? Nightshades and Moreno. Moreno is coming up to the final corner now. We'll have to go to Nightshades now. Moreno did a 35.3. He will stay in 9th place there. But what a lap there from Roy Boy. Unless Nightshades can pull off the lap of a lifetime here. So he needs to try and get a good exit here. 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. No. That is not the time to get the qualifying. So Nightshades will finish in 8th place of your top 10 there. What a qualifying scenario there for Q3. Here are your Q3 classification for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix for the Invictus Racing League, the Performance League. Roy Boy, perfect lap, and he will start on the mediums. Great way to start there. Prime is in 2nd, Barca 3rd, Aaron J. Spence in 4th, Sab, great qualifying from him in 5th, Nitrogash is in 6th, Scope in 7th, Nightshades is in 8th, Moreno in 9th, and Scott Butner, who missed out. I think he would have got 6th, I think, or maybe better, but he had no time because he did invalidate his lap on the last lap, as we expect there. Cryptox says, exciting session. It was exciting. It was absolute delight there as well. So let's see what's this scenario. So the guys are trying to get their setups ready. And while they're doing that, we're going to do another advertisement, guys. Just for a reminder for those who've missed out on how Invictus is live. This is the Invictus Racing League live exclusive on the YouTube channel. That is, like I said, Niels Barsis is saying pole lap time there. It was fantastic there as well. It was insane. But yeah, fair play to him. Fair play to Roy Boy as well. So here is the Invictus Racing League live exclusive on the YouTube channel with myself, Mark. Tim should be here, hopefully. If not, I'll keep on going as always. But I'll tell you what, I've just heard, I think, but I will invite him in a minute. I'll just do the usual advertisements, guys. So like I said, we're live exclusive on the YouTube channel. Myself and Tim on the Thursday nights in the Performance League every night at Thursday nights at 8 PM. Not only we do the Thursday nights, we also do the Monday night league for Gareth and Sab to do the F1 League live exclusive, the fastest league, the top flight division, the Premier League, the fastest drivers there is there. We got the F2 League of Harry and Scott Bugner as well, so they do good commentary as well for the F2 League on the Tuesday nights at 8 PM on the PS4 League, and same for the F1 League on PS4. For Wednesday nights, you got F3 and F4 respectively on the PS4 side at 8 PM with Rymac and Jakob for F3 and Jake for F4 as well. So make sure you tune in on that, guys. Not only we do PS4 leagues, guys, we also got the Xbox League, which is live exclusive on the Twitch channel, which is the Invictus Racing League's channel. And that is live exclusive with the F1 League on Sunday nights at 9:30 and the Tuesday nights at 8 PM as well. So that'll be good to see how everyone is getting on as well in there. But not only, for the first time this season, we've got the PC League on the Wednesday nights at 8 PM as well. So that is impressive stuff there. We're about to kick off in a moment or two, but not only we're on YouTube and on Twitch, guys, we've also got Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter as well. But also we've got Discord as well. But like I said, it'd be good to see how the guys can make sure you like, follow, and subscribe as well. But the most important thing of all is check out our InvictusRacingLeague.com. If you enjoy the racing and you enjoy the qualifying of the Epic Performance League, why don't you sign up, register, and fill out the apply to race form, and one of the admins will get in contact with you very soon as well. And I'll tell you what, finally he's here. Good evening, Tim. How you doing, mate? You alright?
Hello, Malk. How you doing?
I am absolutely buzzing because you've just missed one of the best qualifying sessions ever. You just missed it as well, and it was just absolutely buzzing because there was so many good times galore there, and we're in for an epic race here. So just a bit of a recap here. Roy Boy, who qualified on mediums in Q2, is in pole position. So, but the rest of the guys in the top 10 are on the softs here. But some of the drivers starting off on the mediums as well as the softs outside the top 10. So it'll be good to see how the guys can capitalise on it as well. So, what's your thoughts of the track here before we carry on?
Well, Abu Dhabi is not necessarily my favorite track to drive around. Watching in the Invictus Racing League, however, has proven to be, fairly entertaining, and apparently the qualifying session today was very entertaining. So, as you said, I missed it, and I hate that I missed it. I had a previous commitment. My presence was needed elsewhere, and it took a little bit longer than what I expected. But I'm here now and ready for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix for the Invictus Racing League's Performance League. And as you said, with Roy Boy up there on the pole position on the medium tires, I expect him to do incredibly well today if he has that kind of pace on the mediums.
Absolutely, absolutely. But he'll be the one to watch. The two drivers that I was impressed, to be fair, is Andre Spencer and Sab. Sab, especially in Q3, who never got out of Q1, and Stephen out of Q1 for the first time this session as well. Be good to see. And a bit of a shock here, Cliffy in Q2 could not get out of Q2, so he's in 15th place there. But Moreno, the Drivers' Championship leader, in 9th place as well. So they're going to clear up to the starting grid here as well. So I'll let you do the honours here, Tim.
And an honor it is each and every week, Malk. We see the drivers lining up on their appropriate positions on the grid. Of course, as you said, Moreno, the drivers' championship points leader at the time being, in Cliffy, who is second in the points, down there in 15th position. So a big gap between those two drivers, and only 8 points are separating the two after the updated standings from last week. Let's see who comes out on top after the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. The drivers are getting ready. They're watching the lights in. There you hear those itchy pedal feet. You hear those engines revving. The drivers ready to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights in the air. No red lights. We are green for the Invictus Racing League Performance League Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. And we got Roy Boy battling with the Renault of Vulcanus Prime into turn number 1. Roy Boy gets out ahead. Vulcanus Prime is going to have to follow him through. There's a battle for third, though, between the other Racing Point of Aaron against Niels Barca.
Yeah, there was a bit of contact there by one of the Red Bulls. It looks like Nitrogas had a bit of contact there with one of the cars there as well. Let's see how Roy Boy can try and push on away from the pack here as well. And there's so many cars galore, you just don't know where to begin here. But at the moment here, it looks like Niels Barca's going to try and make the move here on Prime here. And let's see whether they can try and do it through the DRS, through the straight line speed here. DRS is not active yet till in 3 laps time there. But team, who are you watching so far?
Actually taking a look at Moreno, he was having a little bit of trouble with his car-allocated teammate of Nightshades. They made some contact out of turn number 3, but no harm, no foul. But there was a big cluster of cars. There was a Haas and the AlphaTauris just trying to battle with one another. Now I'm riding on board with Vienna, who's making a move on the outside of Maddie in the McLaren. Moved Vienna up into the 9th position, and Maddie just trying to defend and not able to do so. And now he is under fire from Scott Bugner in the Haas, but Maddie is going to retain the 10th position for the time being.
I'm not sure what happened there from Matty's point of view there, but we'll get back to you in a minute there, Tim. But at the moment here, it's been an epic start here of the lap 1 of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix here as well. And Roy Boy is pushing on away from Prime here with a 1.2 seconds of a gap there. But I tell you what, I'm still watching from Matty's point of view here as well. He's back in, looks like he's going left, right and centre here. Ryan Mack moves up to 15th place there. Cliffy moved up to 13th place earlier on. And Nitrogas drops down to 19th place here as well. So he's going into the pits there. Same with Ryan Mack. So they might have had wind damage during that stint there as well. Let's see how Matty can try and push on here. It looks like...
Oh, and Sab is around. Oh my goodness, he's around and in the grass. Sab just lost it all on his own.
Well, I don't know exactly what happened there from Sab's point of view there, because I just saw him briefly on the side there. It looks like he went off track there, but Sab, who had a great qualifying, bad start from him in this race here tonight here, but looking at Barca to try and make the move here on Prime here. Could it be a too wide situation here in a moment or two? But it looks like Barca's trying to push on as much as possible with Roy Boy in the lead here. Prime in second as well. Barca in third here as well. Aaron Gispen's in fourth place as well. But I tell you what, Tim, you just can't get away from this battle galore here.
No, you really can. I'm actually watching Barca and Vulcanus Prime as well, Malk, and Barca can really close that gap. He can get right up to the gearbox of that Renault, but he cannot seem to get a way around him. He's going to have to find a way to use the DRS and outbrake him into a corner. I think that's his best option because Vulcanus Prime just seems so good on corner exit that he's able to hold off Niels Barca to where he can't get a run once he gets down to the end of the straightaway. Absolutely,
but with this track being penalties galore, you're going to have to try and keep that car as smooth and also be perfect as best as you can there. Roy Boy had the fastest lap at the moment here with Scott 140 dead, exactly 140 dead of the fastest lap. So Scott's trying to push on here, trying to close in on Vienna for 8th, but oh no!
Oh, and Niels Barca's around and into the wall! Oh my goodness, he clipped the curb and spun! That is Niels Barca's day done already.
Oh my god, did you see that? Did you see that?
I did.
Oh my god, I hope it's okay. I hope he's okay. That is absolutely manic stuff there. He hit the bump of the curb and his car was spinning and lost it completely at the wall there. So Barca, who had a great battle there with Prime, went wide at that crucial corner, as I said, well, as I mentioned earlier to the guys in the stream here, to everyone that's watching the stream, sorry, the uphill section, you have to lift and try and get a good exit around there, try and get a good line. If you don't, you could easily go wide and hit the wall, as I said earlier on. And I think, unfortunately, for Barca, he's the first driver out of the race here tonight, and we're at the virtual safety car, and we're now back up and running now, Tim. Boy.
Yeah, we're back under green. Vulcanus Prime was able to close the gap to Roy Boy just a little bit due to that virtual safety car, but he just lost time because he got a little bit loose out of that last corner, so he's hanging on to it, but Roy Boy is absolutely pulling away 1.4 seconds now, separating the first and second driver. Vulcanus Prime just simply cannot get that car to handle. He's so very loose on the exit of these corners, and he's clipping the curves, which is making it so much worse. It's got to be frustrating behind the wheel of that Renault, knowing that you're so fast, but you just cannot reach Roy Boy because he's even faster.
Absolutely, but the softs, I just reminded, the softs can only last about 10 laps, roughly. Yellow flags it as 2 and 3. Looks like Hailstone must have had a bit of a collision there after the end of the second sector there as well. But let's have a look at Vienna. Vienna's trying to make the move here on Moreno here, the Drivers' Championship leader here. But Vienna, who tipped as one of the good drivers here, quick driver, shall we say. Matty's got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings here. Oh my god, come on. We could have a 3-wide situation here if we play our cards right. Vienna could have a chance here on Morana here, but if Neusens can try and push on and try and make the move here on Morana here, this will be a manic stuff here. 2 wide here, 2 wide situation here, but Vienna's just made the move easy as pie. Tim.
Yeah, it was a good move there. And Scopefilter just trying to get onto the back of Aaron J. Spence now. So Scopefilter in 4th place in that Haas machine. He's 3rd in the points, but he hasn't really shown a whole lot this season. He was in the points battle last season with Samu, who unfortunately has left us in the Performance League. And oh my goodness, Aaron J. Spence is spun and is off track now, just as I was saying. So Scopefilter moves up into 3rd because Aaron has spun.
Yeah, I was just watching the screener. But absolutely manic stuff there now. Unbelievable stuff there from Aaron J. Spence, who was tipped to do well here tonight. Same with Sab, to be on for a good race here after their qualifying performances here tonight. They're now struggling, and now Prime has got a 3-second time penalty for multiples. They're trying to push that car. They're pushing the car to the limit here, Tim, and they can't do it because they're trying to avoid those penalties, Tim.
Yeah, and Abu Dhabi is one of those tracks to where it's not necessarily as common to get corner cut penalties as it is to just exceed the track limit. It's so easy to go wide on these corners because they got such a nice runoff area, and it's so tempting to use, but you do it and you get a time penalty, and that's just not going to help you at all. So you got to be very careful to keep it in between the lines while also having a fast lap and avoiding the curbs as much as possible, because we've seen already with Niels Barca how that can really upset the car and turn you around.
Absolutely, but now we've got a couple of battles behind here as well. We've got about 1, 2, 3. We might have a 5-car battle here, and looks like we've got Nightshades makes the move into 5th place there. Brilliant move there from Nightshades. But look at this, Tim. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. I can't stop saying it. I don't know what to say anymore here, because this is absolutely fantastic battle here. Galore, and we're about to the second DRS straight here now. But it looks like Nightshades is not staying for too long here, because Vienna, who's on the medium tyres here, are chasing the guys of Schofield and Prime for the top 3, and that's even more impressive here as well, Tim.
Yeah, that's the battle I actually started watching, Malk, because I noticed Vienna was really closing that gap to Scopefielder, and it didn't really help Scopefielder's case that he had a lockup a couple corners to go and a little bit of a lockup through that corner as well. So Scopefielder kind of struggling here, but holding his own in 3rd. It looks like he is gaining on Vulcanus Prime, but Vienna is definitely the faster of these 3 cars. He thought about going on the inside of Scope that time around, but not able to do anything. He's just being very patient in that Alfa Romeo, and that's the best thing that he can do. It's only lap 6. If he's fast, he can get by Scopefielder, and I suspect that he's going to get by him within the next 2 or 3 laps, because Scopefielder already has 5 laps on those soft tires, while Vienna is on the mediums. And as we know, the mediums can last much longer than the softs, so it's only a matter of time. Scope is really just fighting a losing battle at this point.
Absolutely, absolutely manic stuff there, but 3-car battle here for 2nd place there, and a lovely helicopter view here, guys. Absolutely lovely helicopter view here. Schofield to try and push on here on Prime here. Could we see the 3 wide situation here? Come on, we want the 3 wide. Come on. Come on, Scope, try and make the move here. Prime's trying to stay on the racing line here. Scope's trying to make the move 2 wide here. Scope watching it from Vienna's point of view here. And Scope side by side here. Respectful driving between these 2 drivers here. And still watching it from Vienna's point of view. It looks like Scott and Moreno try and battle it out here. Oh, we got the 3 wide. Oh, Vienna trying to make the move in 2 moves. And he tries. Has he done it? Has he done it? Oh, no, trying to side by side here. What a move! What a move there from Vienna here, Tim.
Oh my goodness, I would not have believed it if I didn't see it. Vienna taking 2 cars in just 2 corners after putting it 3 wide down the middle on the straightaway. Vienna is a man on a mission. Let's get him close to Roy Boy, and we'll see some real racing action for the lead.
Absolutely, absolutely. But Vienna, who are said, Tim, to be one of the good drivers, quickest drivers on the day, but I did not expect the mediums to be, well, obviously the softs are dying down now, and some of the drivers are already pitting now to do their medium stints, or maybe the hard stints. But the best strategy to go for is obviously soft, medium, soft, or soft, medium, medium, depending on the tyre wear of the cars as well. Pardon me. But at the moment here, we're on lap 7:28. Roy Boy's in the lead in 1st. Will Vienna try and catch up to him from 2nd place there? Scopefielder, the Drivers' Championship 3rd place driver here in 3rd place as well. Moreno in 4th. Mike in 5th there. Battling out with Cliffy as well as Moreno for 4th here. So here we go. Here we go, Tim. I'll let you do the honours. We might have a 3-way battle here.
Now we might. I'm watching from Maddie's point of view. As they exit onto that straightaway, it is Cliffy now trying to get close to Mike. Mike trying to chase down Moreno. This is a points battle between Cliffy and Moreno here. So Mike just trying to get close to Moreno and closing in on it, but not able to do anything with it. They come to the end of that very long straightaway, and Mike is on the gearbox of the AlphaTauri, and Cliffy in the Williams just kind of hanging out at the back and just kind of biding his time and being patient. He is on the medium tires, so he will eventually shoot past these drivers when they pit, and I suspect that they will pit very shortly. We've already seen a couple drivers on the softs pit. These might be the next 2. Mike got a little bit loose through that chicane there, so that allowed Moreno to actually pull away a little bit more. Moreno gets a little bit loose on that exit of the corner, so that keeps Mike within striking distance. Cliffy not really in striking distance, just watching this battle unfold in front of him and almost cutting the corner there, but doing a good job to stay within the track limits. But a 3-car battle for what is essentially the 4th position between Moreno, Mike, and Cliffy. No change yet as they're about to finish the lap.
Absolutely. It looks like Moreno's going in. Moreno's going into the pits here now. So Mike's coming up to passing the start finish line straight here now with Cliffy just behind here as well. So he'll be on the edge of his seat here as well. And he's coming up to the awkwardest corners here as well. Try and keep that car stick to the road here as well, and they're doing it absolutely perfectly there. Oh my God, Cliffy hit the curbs there, but not as bad as what happened to Barca there. It was just absolutely a mad crash. I'm surprised we didn't have the full safety car, considering what actually happened there as well. If you're not seeing it, guys, Barca's the first driver out of the race here, of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix here as well, and still immense stuff there. We've got the battles galore here between Mike and Cliffy. Live exclusive for you guys. We've got Nightshades and Prime for 8th and 9th, and also Aaron J. Spence and Moreno for 12th and 13th place. Tim.
Yeah, and we've got, looks like Cryptox is trying to close in on Cliffy in front of him, but that's a 1.2 second gap, so that's going to be a big ask for him. Cliffy, though, is starting to make his way up the leaderboard because Scope Filter and Mike in front of him on the soft tires surely will be pitting soon. Of course, Moreno pitting the last time around. Cliffy getting very close to Mike, so it looks like those soft tires are starting to wear down and wear thin very, very quickly. Cliffy, of course, on the medium tires can go, what would you say, about 15 laps?
With the medium tyres, we'll get back to you on that one, Tim, so I will give you more of the update. I know the softs can last about 10 laps. With the mediums, I will get that clarified with you in a moment, if you bear with me a sec. But carry on watching this battle here, Tim.
Still riding on board with Cliffy as they go down the front straightaway. Mike decided to stay out that time, as did Scope Filter. So Scope Filter staying in third, Mike going to stay in fourth. Cliffy, I don't know if he's starting to slow up or if he's really just kind of biding his time. I think it's just he's being patient, and wow, he almost actually hit the curb again there out of that crucial corner that we saw take out Niels Barca. So Cliffy hanging on to it, being very straight through there, holding the wheel anyway. Mike, though, slowing up through that hairpin. Cliffy really closing the gap, but on exit, Mike is still just a little bit faster. Will Cliffy have the DRS? Yes, he does. He has opened it up wide, using the slipstream to get close to Mike, but he's going to be close enough to make a move. No, he's not, but still, crucial track position gain that time around.
Absolutely, and just to recap, sorry Tim, regarding your question, the mediums do last 17 laps. Fresh. That's if they start fresh. So if you did the qualifying perfectly, you would have had 3 laps gone. So probably about 14 laps if they did it with the qualifying itself. But roughly, Cliff is trying to make the movie on Mike. But regarding your question there, 17 laps, Tim.
So 17 laps, which means that Cliffy could theoretically stay out there for another 8 or 9. Maybe, but that is, of course, as you said, if they fresh. And he got into the back of Mike. Cliffy actually got into the back of Mike, so there might even be some wing damage. Let me take a look at this car and see if there is any. I'm not seeing anything, so he might have got very, very lucky there because he got into the back of Mike's right rear tire. And now Mike diving down into the pits, so he is A-OK. Cliffy's A-OK, but that was a close call.
That was absolutely close call there from Cliffy, because you don't want to lose a bit of your front wing, because you will lose out massively, as I had experienced in the F4 League last night. I was damage limitations there for myself because I just couldn't even catch up to any of the drivers who were obviously with no penalties. They try and pull away, and you don't have any joy with broken wing down the straight where everyone else was catching you on that. But let's have a quick glance at some of the drivers in the battles at the back of the grid here. We've got Matty, Sab and Aaron J. Spence for buying out for 12. 13th place, Sab's made the move on Matty there. It looks like it would be a belter of a move there from Sab there, but fantastic stuff there against Matty. But will Matty try and bounce back here against Aaron J. Spence here? Let's have a quick glance at what it from Aaron J. Spence's point of view here as well. Let's follow the DRS straight in now. Both Matty and Aaron J. Spence have got the DRS. But I'm very, obviously, with Aaron J. Spence and Sab, as I said earlier on, struggling in this race, which I did not expect after their brilliant performances in the qualifying. I don't know where they're going to get that bounce back ability, shall we say, into the top 10. I know they're close to the top 10, but they need to keep that consistency going, and I think they could do it if they can keep that their nose intact here. Tim?
Yeah, they really could, but it's just going to have to be that they play their cards right. And, of course, as you were saying, Matty, he does have some front wing damage, so that's not good, and he goes wide that time. That's actually going to allow Aaron J. Spence a chance to get underneath him, but he wasn't able to do so. But definitely a lot of understeer in that McLaren because of the wing damage suffered from YNWA Matty, and Aaron J. Spence just really struggling to get by him, but Matty does let him go, so move Aaron up into 13th position now. Matty dropping back down to 14th, and I suspect that he might have to pit here very soon because he just cannot hang on to that car. So let's see what he does this time. He is going to go into the pits, the best move that he could probably do. So unfortunately for Matty, he's probably out of contention for even as much as the top 5, but his day could have been a lot worse if he stayed out.
Absolutely, but I have to go back to Cliffy and Schofield for the drivers that are in the top 3 in the Drivers' Championship. They're battling out for 3rd and 4th place here for the race results itself here. We've got O'Stephen and Prime behind these two here to try and make the move here, but Cliffy try and push on here and Scope. But the surprise package of them all is Cryptox, who started off on the mediums. Already done 10 laps. He's gone in again on another set of mediums, so I don't know if he's trying to do the 2-stop scenario here, but that's just very interesting stuff there from Cryptox. But again, he might know something to try and do the undercut, shall we say. But we have to wait and see. We've got a couple of battles here galore between Colin, Alan J. Spence and Cryptox for 11th, 12th and 13th respectively here. It looks like Aaron just made the move on 11th, and he does, but still watching this battle between Scope and Cliffy here. Cliffy is going to be absolutely trying to be patient here, but Roy Boy's got into the pits now, so Vienna, so I'm quite surprised that the guys are pitting now, but I think it's because of the tyre wear. It's not great in this track here. I don't know if you've driven around here much before, Tim?
I have a little bit, but it's certainly not my favorite track to drive around in. It's a very difficult track to really get the line right, and you are right now, the tire wear isn't exactly the best either. Absolutely,
but Tim, I have to go back. 11th place, 4-car battle here. You heard me right, 4-car battle here. Oh my God, the McLaren, McLaren's dropping down. McLaren's dropping down. Oh my God, we had three wide there, turn 1. Oh my days. Cryptox, try and make the move. They've got to be careful there. Through there. Oh my God, they nearly hit the curbs there. Oh my God, how many we've got there? We've got about 6 cars here, Tim.
6 cars, and Mike almost spins around when he gets into contact with Colin. Now we got 5 cars. Colin trying to chase down Cryptox in that Ferrari. Cryptox trying to chase down Scopefielder in the Haas after he made a pit. And Mike, not over with yet, still chasing down Colin. He'll have the DRS going down the straightaway. No, he doesn't actually. I thought he did, but he does not have the DRS. But nonetheless, he is within striking distance of Colin. Colin dropping back, so Cryptox now close to Scopefielder right on the gearbox. Scopefielder on Aaron J. Spence's gearbox. Cliffy up there in 8th is actually the man in the better position.
Absolutely. I'm just absolutely speechless here because it looks like Aaron J. Spence try and make the move beyond Cliffy here. They could try and push on here. Vienna's got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings now. So that's absolutely damaged reputations there for Vienna. Vienna's gone on the soft tyres as well. But still, the battle here for a 5-car battle here for 8th place here, Tim. I bet you're glad you just joined at the last minute as well.
Yeah, I really am. I'm glad I didn't miss this. I mean, this is amazing to see, and Scopefielder really not taking no for an answer on Aaron J. Spence, getting very close to him, actually backing out now, so making a liar out of me, Scope, but he's going to try to mount a charge and go back to Aaron J. Spence, who is on older medium tires. Of course, Scopefielder just put the first few laps on his medium tires just now, so Scopefielder definitely in the better position as far as tire wear, but Cryptox now taking a look underneath Scopefielder, but not able to do anything with it. Cryptox using every bit of track that he possibly can, both of them staying off the curve that took out Niels Barca, so good on them there. So it's starting to calm down now, but there for a while, it was really getting dicey.
Absolutely. Vienna's made the move here into 3rd place against Nightshades here. Rymax got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings here. Here we go. What can Scopefielder do? Getting past it. Aaron J. Spence here for the straight line speed here. Goes side by side here, as you can see from the view here. Cryptox. Look, where did Cryptox come from here? Cryptox trying to make the move. So Aaron J. Spence, who went from 9th to 11th in one straight there. And still the battle out here from this point of view here. Cryptox is going to try another move here on Scope, but will Aaron J. Spence bounce back here? This will be a nervous times here. Cryptox just had a quick glance there. There's so side by side here, but still, fair play from Cryptox here, Tim.
What an absolute mad lad. I did not think that it was possible for him to even try to make that move, and yet he sent it on the inside of Scope. He backed out once he realized that he couldn't make it, but you gotta give him props for trying and keeping it clean, not getting into Scope Filter. That's the kind of racing that you see in the Invictus Racing League.
Absolutely, absolutely. But fair and respectful driving, that's our motto. And we'll also get some great battles galore here. Looks like Aaron just bounces going to the pits. Yes, he has. So, very early pit stop there. So I don't know if he's going to try and hope for the best to try and go on to, which I could believe would be on the medium tyres again. So you can do up to 17 laps, as I said earlier on. But look at Prime's in the lead now against Roy Boy. So Roy Boy's trying to bounce back here against Prime here down the DRS straight here. And he's back up to first place here. But for Cadence Prime, while these two are battling out here, Tim, this will be a massive boost here for Vienna, who's on the soft tyres here.
Yeah, it will be. Vienna, of course, as you said, being on the soft tires, is going to be making up some ground to these guys. If they start battling side by side, he is making up a very little bit of ground now, but not enough significance to actually catch them soon. But Vulcanus Prime, Roy Boy having some lockups there through that corner. Vulcanus Prime getting loose off the corner now, so he can't quite chase down Roy Boy like he would like to. So Roy Boy, I'm very impressed, honestly. He has got a fast car, and it looks like he is going to do a two-stop strategy since he started on the mediums and pitted again for the mediums, retaining the lead. And Vulcanus Prime looks like he might be on the same strategy. He's got 6 laps on his medium tires right now. So it's just amazing to see what Roy Boy is able to do on those medium tires and the kind of pace that he has around this racetrack.
Absolutely. And now Vienna, we're still watching from this top 3 battle. Cliffy has got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings as well. While this battle's galore here, Tim, we've got another battle here between 9th place between Cryptox, Scope and Mike as well. So those drivers there, they'll need to keep on top of each other, as in trying to close in on the straights as well. And even though Stephen could join the party to make a 4-way battle here. But at the moment here, Vienna, watching it from his point of view, trying to close in on Prime now for the DRS straight here. Prime will not have the DRS, but Vienna should have the DRS. We're trying to close on here now, he's trying to push on as much as possible here. But with this, obviously Prime will have to pit if they're all going to try and pit in 10 laps. So in the next probably 3 to 4 laps here, Prime will have to pit and then go for the softs here. And looks like Vienna's trying to make the move on the inside line here, past Prime here for second place here. So Vienna is on course here to produce what I think could be a good definite finish in the podium here. But could he be the winner of the race here, Tim? Or was that too early to say with 14 laps to go?
It might be too early to say, but I don't think we should count him out. He is really the only driver that we've seen who's been able to reel in Roy Boy today, as he's been dominant all day long. So Vienna definitely could be the one to upset Roy Boy's win and walk away on the top spot of the podium. But we're just going to have to wait and see. We're just a little over halfway here, and these drivers are going to have to make at least one more pit stop. So I think after the next round of pit stops, we'll really get an idea of what's going on and what's going to happen. But so far, Vienna does look like he is the one to beat.
Absolutely. I'll just have a quick glance at some of the drivers here from 8th place here, Tim, from Cliffy all the way down to Mike here, and possibly Stephen, if he can try and push on here now to get into the top 10 here as well. Nightshades is just, I think, yeah, he's still in the pits there. So Nightshades, I thought he would have been popped out there as well, but he didn't. But like I said, they try and push on here. Cryptox trying closing on Cliffy now. Cryptox should have the opportunity to try and make the overtaking. Cliffy's with the back end. It's lost the car. It's lost the car. There's a bit of wheel back in there. Oh no! Oh no! I don't know if you saw that, Tim, but Cryptox was trying to get back into the car, back into the track, and unfortunately, because of that, I don't know if Mike saw him, and because Cryptox went back on, both drivers, well, Cryptox hit Mike and bounced off Mike's car, and because of that, Cryptox has got a 10-second time penalty for exceeding track limits, which should be really unfair after he could not avoid the spin from Cliffy just after the first sector there, Tim. I don't know if did you saw that?
I did catch the tail end of it and saw Cryptox go head on into the wall, so I guess good for Cryptox that he is not out of this race yet, so he can still score points because, of course, as you know, the Performance League, anyone can score points as long as they finish the race. So if he can just go into the pits and get a new front wing, he should be okay for a point stay, but not as good as he was going to have. So it's just unfortunate for Cryptox there. I did not see what started it or how he became to be in that position. I just saw that he went head on into the wall after battling with what looked to be 3 or 4 cars.
Well, what happened was, Tim, I just saw the spin of Cliffy, which I was very, very surprised because I thought, well, he spun himself. There was no car by him, and unfortunately, Cryptox was trying to avoid the spin of Cliffy, and unfortunately, because of that, he hit at that point there, and then when he tried to get back onto the track, then Mike was side by side with Cryptox, and Cryptox just trying to get back on. I don't know if he saw Mike or Mike saw Cryptox, but both cars, Cryptox just hit Mike's car and bounced off and hit the wall from there as well, and hence why he had the 10 seconds. He went right around the outside and tried to get back onto the track. Tim.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate, but I am watching Vienna now riding on board with him. He's within half a second of Roy Boy, and he's getting just a little bit closer. He's a little bit more stable off the corners than what Roy Boy is, but Roy Boy is just so fast that Vienna can't do much with it. And those soft tires already having 4 laps on them, they're going to start slowing down here within the next lap or two. So Vienna's going to have to be really careful as far as how he's going to get by Roy Boy. And if he can't get by him, just focus on staying close to him, mainly within DRS range, because that's the best way that Vienna can walk away with this win, is if he stays within DRS range as long as he possibly can with Roy Boy before he has to pit for a new set of tires. Now, of course, Roy Boy will have to pit again as well, but Vienna's going to have to pit a lot sooner. I'd say less than 5 laps from now, because the soft tires, they're just starting to wear down.
Absolutely, but it just depends on how Vienna's tyre wear will be good on his side here as well. It's going to be very tough as well. If you just joined, ladies and gentlemen, good evening to you all. We're on lap 18 of 28, so about 11 laps remain here on the Invictus Racing League, the Performance League here, live exclusive for you guys here. Cryptox has got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings now. And Roy Boy is in the lead in first, battling out with Vienna in second place, who's on the charge here to try and get his... if that's his... let's have a look at Vienna. Let's try and find Vienna. Yeah, this will be his... If he... Whatever happens here, if he stays in the top 3, this will be his first podium of the season here. Or could it be his maiden first ever win and Invictus Racing League, the Performance League? That'll be massive stuff there as well. Prime is in 3rd, Moreno is in 4th, Scope in 5th, O'Stephen is in 6th, Nightshade is in 7th, Scott is in 8th, Sab is in 9th, Andrew is in 10th, Colin EY2141 is in 11th, Roy Mack is in 12th, Cliffy in 13th, Matty 14th, Mike 15th, Notchgas is in 16th, Cryptox 17th, Hailstone 18th, and Neil Sparson is the only casualty of the race here tonight with the first DNF of the race at Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. And some here battles galore here. We've got Roy Boy Vienna live exclusive for you guys here now. 5-10 battle here. We've got O'Stephen and Nightshade's battle for 6th and 7th place, and also might have about a 3 to 5 car battle here between Colin EY, Rymac, 2-car battle there, but also Cliffy, Mike and Matty joining in the party for 13th, 14th and 15th place here, with Rymac getting a 3-second time penalty. Tim?
Yeah, I'm still monitoring the battle between Roy Boy and Vienna. However, Vienna's starting to draw back a little bit more now. It looks like Scopefielder just moved up into the 3rd position because Vulcanus Prime has pitted. This will be his final pit stop, so the Renault driver going to re-enter the track in what looks to be the 4th, maybe 5th position. He does hold on to the 4th place position, 3 seconds behind Scopefielder. You can just barely see him up there in that Haas. So Scopefielder running in 3rd. Of course, he's going to have to make one more pit stop, more than likely, I do believe. Vienna, of course, definitely going to have to make a pit stop, but not before he goes around Roy Boy on the inside. Vienna makes the move on Roy Boy. They're side by side and wheel to wheel. A little bit of contact, maybe, and Roy Boy's going to retain the lead, but Vienna is going to mount a charge and try to get back around Roy Boy. Will he be able to do it as they go down this little straightaway here? Vienna is close. He's going to look on the inside of Roy Boy, but Roy Boy's anticipating it. Vienna outbreaks Roy Boy through the corner, side by side, and contact. Roy Boy is knocked off the track, but he hangs onto the lead still because Vienna cannot get around. Is he going to try it one more time? This is lap 19 of 28. Vienna on the soft tires and gonna have to pit again, remember, but he is mounting a charge to get to Roy Boy. They go down the front straightaway, but I don't think it's gonna be enough. Vienna is gonna have to settle for second for the time being.
At the time being there, Tim, it's just absolutely immense battle there between Roy Boy and Vienna. Vienna thought he'd just done it, but he doesn't. He's still trying to find something of a battle here, galore here. Cliffy back up to 12th there. Colin dropped down to 13th place. Prime's got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings now. So, damage limitations here. So, this is definitely the battle between Roy Boy and Vienna for the win here. Unless we get a safety car here, which we had the virtual safety car earlier on due to Niels Barca crashing in the first sector. But, I know it's early doors here, Tim. Do you expect the safety car... Well, it's like early doors, it's like late in the race here now, but do you think we will have that safety car, or do you think it's not going to happen based on everyone else's performance?
I don't think that the safety car is going to happen. The field is just too strung out. We got a few battles going on here and there. In fact, it looks like there is a battle for 10th ramping up, so I'm going to go take a look at that really quick. But other than that, there's really not a lot going on. The battle for 10th, though, is between Rymac and Mike. Mike is getting close to Rymac, but there's not really a lot going on here. They're about to go down the first DRS straight up the circuit, and Rymac hanging on to the 10th position, so I'll go back and take a look at the battle between Vienna and Roy Boy and continue to monitor that, but it does look like Scopefilter has dropped back to 4th now because Vulcanus Prime has moved up into 3rd. Yeah,
it's just made the move on the second DRS straight in. I'm still watching this battle between Rymac and Mike here.
Roy Boy, I'm sorry to interrupt you, Matt, but Roy Boy and Vienna have both pitted at the same time.
You would do that if you was in the top two. You would do that here. And Mike's trying to make the move on the outside here. Has he done it? He has. I tell you what, he has done it there, Tim. He has just done it perfectly there. Both drivers in the top two are in the soft tyres here, Tim. So, fight to the finish here for Roy Boy and Vienna here, Tim.
Yeah, and it looks like Roy Boy got a better exit out of the pits than Vienna did. It's a very tight pit exit there. You got to go under that tunnel, and you got to be so very careful to not hit the wall, because otherwise your day is basically done with the wing damage. And so Roy Boy got a much better exit out of the pits than what Vienna did. So 1.6 seconds separating these two drivers now. So with them both being on the soft tires, we're about to see which one is quicker. And it looks like Vienna is starting to gain on Roy Boy just a little bit. He got a better exit out of the corner going down the straightaway, but not close enough for DRS, which Roy Boy will be very happy to know that. However, Vienna did close an entire 10th of a second down the straightaway that time, so that just goes to show the kind of pace that Alfa Romeo driver has here today.
Absolutely. He has been one of my drivers of the day, of our commentators' driver of the day as well, and I'm sure you would agree here, Tim, that he is one driver to watch out for, and he has been immense stuff here as well. Let's just have a quick glance at some of the stats here. As you rightly said, because he's been perfectly there, he went from 11th to 9 places to 2nd place, so biggest mover of the race here. Say with Rymac from 18th to 11th, and could get into the top 10 here if he can try and close into Mike here for 10th place by 1.4 seconds in the gap there. So while some majority of the drivers, I say majority of the drivers, about 3 or 4 drivers with 4 positions there, 3 drivers on 3 positions there as well. So it's been a good day in the office here, but Nigel Gash and Aaron Dispense will have to bounce back here next week at the Monaco. I'll tell you what, next week we're at the Monaco Grand Prix, Tim, and with the situation here, if you was racing here, obviously you've got to think about the second race with the car allocation you've got here. And with Roy Boy and Vienna, if they do hold on for the top 2 here, or could be prime here, if it can keep that medium tyres in prime condition, so to say, that'll be immense stuff here. But with Roy Boy and Vienna, if they do stay in the top 2, they'll have a tough job here in Monaco next week. Do you agree?
Yeah, they're really going to have a tough time. But however, you mentioned Monaco. Everyone has a tough time in Monaco, so I think that Monaco is just as likely to be a bad day for any driver as it is to be a good day, because you just don't know what happened. It's very unpredictable, and it's a difficult track to drive, so it's the best drivers around that track that are going to prevail because they're going to have a good qualifying. They're going to start up front, but even still, they're going to have to keep it clean throughout the entire race.
Absolutely. I'll tell you what, we'll have to go back. We're going to have the battle here between Aaron Spence, Colin EY, 2141, Hailstone, and Matty for 15th, 16th, and 17th and 18th place, respectively. Here we've got a four-car battle here, but it looks like Aaron Spence and Colin are trying to push on here as much as possible. A nice chase, trying to close in on Schofield, and Roy Boy's got the fastest up. No, sorry, Vienna has got the fastest up with 137.3. So if he gets the perfect way. Oh my days, what's happened there between Matty and Hailstone? They're going too wide here. The two drivers battling out here for 17th place here, Tim. And I tell you what, Scope's gone into the pits now. Scope has gone to the pits, so he will lose out massively. Hopefully he'll try and get ahead of Moreno here. Try and get some decent points here to try and get ahead of Moreno and also Cliffy, who they're both battling out for the Drivers' Championship of the lead here. But Matty, where did that come from there, from him there? So fair play to him. He's done a brilliant move there on the Hailstone, too wide in that as well. Tim?
Yeah, and of course, Matty, after suffering the wing damage earlier on in the race, dropped back to be in that position. Otherwise, he might be battling up around the top 10. So an unfortunate day for Matty. He's just trying to salvage as much points as he possibly can. Goes a little bit wide there out of that penultimate corner, but nonetheless not getting any time penalty. So Matty will be happy with that. Fairly good through the final corner, as now he's chasing down his car allocated teammate of Colin in the McLaren there, and gets very close to him, but trying to be very careful, of course, as you would. So Matty just trying to hang on to it and salvage the most points that he possibly can. Going to turn back to Vienna now because he is flirting with being within DRS range of Roy Boy. Just 1 point, actually 1 second now, separating both of these drivers. It is going to be so very close. Vienna is almost within DRS.
Absolutely, but also look at Sab. Sab, who had a struggling start of the race, he's moved up to 6th place and could be close to 5th on Scott Buckner for 5th. So, but also the battle here between the top two drivers here. Two drivers who have not had a podium here this season. This will be the maiden first podium, but also who could be the first winner of these two drivers here tonight? That's the biggest question of them all. And also another stat here for you, Tim. Another stat for you. We've had 4 different winners here this season. 4 different winners here. Could it be the 5th different winner here between Roy Boy Vienna and, if possible, Prime, if you can try and push on here with these two drivers? But it's going to be mammoth task for Prime unless we have the safety car, which I can't see that happening unless someone makes a mammoth mistake here. And it's very tough to call here, Tim.
Yeah, I really think that we are going to see a different winner here today, Malk. So this will be the 5th different winner. The question is, will it be Roy Boy or Vienna? Because they're both fantastic drivers, both with a lot of pace here today. Vienna looks like he's a little bit faster than Roy Boy because he has been able to reel him in over the course of the last 2 or 3 laps since they pitted. So Vienna definitely looking like he's the one to beat still, but Roy Boy, it's going to be a mammoth task to get around him. Vienna is there. He's within 0.3 of a second. And I'm watching from his point of view. He's just kind of sizing Roy Boy up now. He's trying to figure out where he's weak and where he can make the move. But getting around Roy Boy is not going to be easy. He has dominated this entire race, and he's been able to hold off a charge from Vienna before. So I think that getting there is a lot different than actually making the move for the lead. This is going to be a very tight one with the final 4 laps of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix remaining. Absolutely, and
Roy Boy will be absolutely sweating. He'll be absolutely sweating because the on charge of Vienna, who he's just one of those drivers who's had an immense driving day today at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. It's just absolutely fantastic stuff there. So at the moment here on lap 25 of 28, 4 laps remaining here. Roy Boy in the lead in first, just by the skin of his teeth, by 0.4 here. Vienna in second. Prime is in third. Nice Chase is in fourth. Sab is in fifth. Scott Buckner in sixth there. Moreno in seventh, the Drivers' Championship leader. Scott in eighth. O'Stephen in ninth. Mike is in 10th. Roy Mack 11th. Nigel Cash 12th. Cliffy 13th. Cryptox 14th. Aaron Spence 15th. Matty 16th. Colin 17th. And Hailstone 18th place. And Niels Barca is the only casualty tonight with a DNF as well. Tim.
Yeah, and unfortunate for Niels Barca, of course, as we saw that, he got into the curb out of, I believe, turn number 3, and it just spun him around. He hit the wall. There was nothing more he could do. He was just along for the ride. So unfortunate for Niels Barca, but luckily for the other drivers, no one else has been caught out quite like that. So that's always good, but it's still a young race, technically, so anything could happen. I'm still watching the battle between Roy Boy and Vienna. I just cannot take my eyes off of this. It's lap 26 of 28 now, so just 3 more laps remaining for Roy Boy and Vienna. Which one's going to walk away on the top spot? It looks like Roy Boy is actually starting to gain a little bit more pace and pull away from Vienna, and I figured that the Alfa Romeo would have already went around him, but apparently not. So we're going to see how this plays out. I almost wonder if Vienna has used up his tires trying to chase down Roy Boy.
It could be, or it could be he hasn't got much ERS to try and catch up to Roy Boy. But that's just different ability here, because you could lose out trying to save fuel. You could do it. There's so many different possibilities here at this race for Vienna. But I think it's just try and build up as much as possible, and then try and attack probably at the penultimate lap, or maybe even at the gambling final lap here. But still, Vienna will try and do everything he can here to try and make the move here as well. And this is going to be a yellow flag set to 3. That is Cryptox. Cryptox looks like he has spun the final corner. Must have gone wide at the curbs there. So Cryptox will be the second casualty of the DNF here tonight. And while I'm commentating on this, Tim, you can check if there's any penalties between Roy Boy and Vienna to find out. To see if there is any penalties, because I can't remember. I don't think these two have had penalties. I might be wrong, but I don't think they've had penalties. We'll have to wait and see. So at the moment, he's still battling out here by 4 tenths here, 5 tenths now, between Roy Boy and Vienna. You can't keep your eyes off it. Nitrogas has moved to 11th place. Roy Mac is dropped down to 12th here as well. We might have a 3-car battle here for 4th place here as well for Nightshade Sab and Scott Bugner as well. But we're on the penultimate lap here now. Nitrogas has dropped down to 12th. Rymac is moved up to 11th place there as well. So, Tim.
So, here is a little tidbit for you, Mal.
Okay.
Roy Boy does not have any penalties. He does not even have a warning. But Vienna has 6 seconds in time penalties.
Oh, okay. So this could be a chance for Roy Boy to let Vienna through, which looks like he's trying to make the move for 2 wide here. And he's got to try and make the move. Oh no!
And Roy Boy spins. Oh my goodness!
No, did you see that as well, Tim? Did you see that as well?
Yes, I did.
And we both saw that. I don't know if Roy Boy did not have the best exit there. So now Roy Boy, who had the opportunity to try and close it, I don't know if I don't know if Vienna was trying so hard to let him catch up as much as possible, but it looked like he had about 6 tenths now, so he's been really lucky there. But let's go back to Nightshades and Sab's made the move! Oh, I don't know if they were a bit wide there between Sab and Nightshades, but Sab's going to try and go bounce back ability here. Could they be too wide here? Will Sab try and make the move? Brilliant move there from Sab there, Tim.
Yeah, brilliant move indeed. I'm still watching Roy Boy and Vienna, though. It is the final lap of the race. Vienna with 6 seconds worth of time penalty, but 7 tenths of a second ahead of Roy Boy. So, Vienna will not be winning this race as they run now. Roy Boy has 0 seconds worth of time penalties. All he has to do is keep it clean for the final lap, and he will be the 5th different winner on the season.
Oh, Roy Boy's got a 3-second time penalty here, Tim. He's got a 3-second time penalty. If he gets another one, this will be absolutely what do you call it? Nail biter, shall we say? This will be the nail of the coffin as well. If he gets another penalty, which before you mentioned that, it was like there was no penalties, no warnings up to that point. So he's got to try and push now. This is an opportunity here for Roy Boy to try and make the move here on Vienna here. Vienna has only got a 3-second gap to try and make that gap perfectly there. Scott Butters trying to make the move on Nightshades for 5th place here as well. But I'll tell you what, dear Tim, I'll let you do the final bit of the race.
I'm watching it from Roy Boy's point of view. He's trying to catch Vienna. I don't know if he knows that Vienna has 6 seconds worth of time penalties. Vienna, though, he knows he's got 6 seconds worth of time penalties, but does he know that he's not going to be able to win this race? He is 0.8 of a second ahead of Roy Boy. Roy Boy with 3 seconds worth of time penalties will still shoot by Vienna. Vienna's only chance is if Roy Boy picks up one more set of time penalties, and with one more corner to go, it's not going to happen. Vienna will cross the line in first, but it will be Roy Boy who walks away with the win at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Vulcanus Prime in third, crossing the line now, and he is your final podium sitter with Sab with a magnificent run, just barely missing out on the podium, but he should be able to retain fourth place. He's got Nightshades and Scott Bugner battling out behind him. Let's see if there's any time penalties that come to play here. There is not. Sab in fourth, Nightshades fifth, Scott Bugner in sixth. Your points leader Moreno finishing in seventh, because it looks like there was some time penalty somewhere. Schofielder is dropped down. He is in the 8th position now. Steven in 9th, Mike in 10th. Nitro Gash looks like he will cross the line and finish in 11th place.
Magnificent race there. Yeah, flags up to 3 as well. Looks like from the Williams drive there, and Gash slowly tracked down for 11th place. Right back will finish in 12th. Cliffy in 13th place as well. Matty will finish in 4th place as well. RG Spence will finish in 15th. The Hailstone trying to close in on RG Spence for 15th place there as well. Tell you what, Matthew 14th, RG Spence 15th, Hailstone 16th, and Colin. Hailstone moves to 14th. Apologise. Hailstone moves up to 14th place, and what a race! What an absolute belt of a race there. And Vienna has left us a show. That means he will not join us in the commentator's box for his interview. But well done to Vienna, who the game has decided for him to be their driver of the day, and he has done a magnificent race itself as well. And well done to Roy Boy, who produced the goods in the perfect qualifying lap and get the win as well. So he did a brilliant job here tonight, the Dutchman as well. So fair play to him. He'd be absolutely delighted. I'd like to hear his thoughts as well. But we would have liked to hear Vienna's thoughts of the battle there between themselves and see what their thoughts were. But and also well done to Vulcanus Prime for finishing third. Here are your race classification for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix for the Invictus Racing League, the Performance League. You got Roy Boy in first, Vienna in second place, Prime is in third, Sab in fourth. Brilliant finish position here for him. Well done to him. Nightshades is in fifth, Scott Butner in sixth, Moreno in seventh, Scope in 8th, O'Steven in 9th, Mike in 10th, Nigel 11th, Ryback 12th, Cliffy 13th, Hailstone 14th, Colin EY2141 in 15th place, Aaron Spence 16th, Matty 17th, Cryptox and Barca are the only 2 casualties during that race tonight. So while we're waiting for Roy Boy to join in, as well as Prime, if they both have got the mics with them. So it'd be good to hear Roy Boy, the Dutchman, to hear his delightful thoughts here. We would have loved to have had the fastest lap as well. That would have been the perfect hat trick of the win, the qualifying lap, and also the fastest lap as well. But we will get his thoughts in a moment. So we'll wait to see if Prime can join in as well. But fair play to those guys there, Tim. Do you agree?
Yeah, fair play indeed. I mean, Roy Boy, he was just dominant all day. I didn't see the qualifying session, but he was starting on the pole on medium tires, so that tells me that he had a lot of pace, and Vienna had a lot of pace as well, of course, but just unfortunate for him that he had the 6 seconds worth of time penalties, not able to get ahead of Roy Boy. But nonetheless, hats off to our top 3 podium drivers, because they just ran a fantastic race. Absolutely.
We're just waiting for the race to go away, but while we wait for that, I believe we've got Roy Boy. So I don't know if Kenneth Prime has joined in. If he has, fantastic. If not, but it looks like he has left. Same with Vienna. So it looks like Roy Boy will be the only driver to join in the comms box here tonight. So Roy Boy, before you carry on, please make sure allow voice to be shared is set to always allow. If you're not sure how to do it, go to the party settings, and there's an option called allow voice to be shared. Make sure it's set to always allow. So while Roy Boy is sorting that out and ready to go, we'll be talking to him about his thoughts of winning the race after penalties galore. And also the battle between himself and Vienna as well. Surely that will be one of the bestest battles we have ever seen from this race here tonight. But also to hear his thoughts on his first ever win and first ever podium of the season here as well. So well done to Roy Boy as well. So Roy Boy, you set, ready to go?
Yes.
Nice one. So we'll return to Roy Boy now to hear his thoughts of the race. You alright, mate? How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Not too bad. I bet you absolutely delighted with that race, didn't you?
Yeah, it was a fun race.
Nice one, nice one. Did you? I bet you was absolutely sweating with the battle between yourself and Vienna. Tell us about your thoughts about that.
Yeah, the battle was taking all race long. I think he was starting at the back of the grid or something around P11.
Correct,
right?
yeah.
And he made his way up to P2 really quick, and then I needed to stay ahead of him all race long, and it was really difficult.
Absolutely, I don't know. I bet you was thinking, what do you need to do to keep him off the pace there? But with that battle, I think before tonight's race, I think you only had was it 4th place? Yes, you did. And so the only points that you had in 4th place, is that right?
This season, yeah.
Yes, you had 4th place. Obviously you had 3 that you did not start, but obviously 4th place finish, and now you've won your first race of the season. So hopefully, do you think this will be a catalyst now to try and move yourself up into the Drivers' Championship table, into mid-table now?
I hope so, but I also missed a few races because I was at home for a few weeks. But I hope to make my way up onto the driver's table.
No, absolutely. But can I just say, where did that qualifying lap come from at the start? You know, the Q3 scenario.
I don't know. Q3 was difficult, but Q2 was even more difficult because I was P10 on the mediums and Vienna was P11 on the mediums, so I almost also missed out on Q3.
Okay, that's fair dues on that, because it looked like you had the perfect lap to set yourself up to do well in the race here tonight, and obviously with Monaco next week. So you'll be starting at the back with the guys who have had the DNF, unfortunately. But what's your thoughts of Monaco and what your expectations for next week?
I expect a lot of safety cars and a lot of front wings that will be broken, and I hope to keep my front wing in one piece for the whole race, and then I think I can get a great result. Fair dues,
and I tell you what, it could be happening here as well, and there's so many battles galore, and it was without doubt one hell of a race from your side there, Roy Boy, and hopefully you'll bounce back to get even more points than ever before after the 4th place finish and now your first win of the season. So, and probably you are our 5th different winner this season at the Performance League, so well done for that tonight, mate. And or you can stay if you want, we can shoot off, it's up to you, but thank you very much for joining tonight, mate. Well done.
Alright.
And thank you to Roy Boy there. So I don't know if Prime's in. If not, we'll carry on. I know Vienna's left, but we will carry on now. So Tim, what's your final thoughts of the race here tonight?
I think that it was a fantastic race. Roy Boy was very dominant, as we saw. Vienna very fast as well, but unfortunately for him, the time penalties came into play, and he was not able to win the race despite crossing the line before Roy Boy. But hats off to him nonetheless. A podium is still a good points day. Roy Boy, of course, being the 5th different winner of the season, continuing that streak on. We're going to look for him to be strong next week in Monaco, but as we heard him say, he is expecting some safety cars. So that is going to be a little bit dicey as well.
Absolutely, and be good to see how the guys can try and keep their wings intact and try and hold on, as always, in the at the Monaco Grand Prix, because it's always a tough track as well, and if you don't do it perfectly as well, you never know what to expect back as well. And like I said, thank you to everyone that's watched the stream here. But yeah, as always, amazing commentary today. Thank you, Finn, for that, mate. Absolute legend you are. And so to everyone else. For the final time, guys, please make sure you like, subscribe to the Invictus Racing League channel for all the live races here as well. And we'll be back next week for the Monaco Grand Prix for the reversed results. So there'll be no qualifying. We're going to go straight to the race at Monaco and be interested to see if there will be many safety cars, or it could be, or will Vienna try and do what he did, start off not from 11th, but obviously work his way up the grid from possibly from 17th onwards, and try and move himself back up to the top, probably the top 5 as well. That'll be a mammoth, brilliant drive from him as well. Or would Roy Boy try and bounce back after he had the 4th and the 1st in his race here tonight as well? So well done to him for that. Thank you very much, Tim, as always, for joining. I know you joined during the race and you missed out on the qualifying, but thank you very much for joining me and helping me out as well. Absolute legendary you are, mate.
Thank you, Malk. It's an honor to work with you. I hate that I joined late. You know, as I said, I just had a previous commitment that took a little bit longer than what I expected, but I got back when it mattered, and that was for the race, and I was glad to see a stellar, fantastic Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, and that's just the kind of racing that you're going to see in the Invictus Racing League. A lot of good sportsmanship all around. It was just, I'm glad I was able to be a part of it.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for that, Tim. Absolute legend you are. See you all next week at the Monaco Grand Prix. At the moment, it looks like Moreno is slowly trying to hold on for first against the ongoing of Cliffy and Schofield, but we'll find out in Monday next week. But don't you dare miss out on a Monaco Grand Prix scenario as well. Cheers for that, guys. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.